VCR Podcast with your host, Vish.
They're just bastardizing our childhood and the classics.
Chris.
Nintendogs drove me. It's what makes me want to hurt people.
Radical.
People in general still bitch about everything. It still doesn't change.
Let the podcast begin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the VCR Podcast, the only podcast that predates itself from the moment the title is spoken. Adam, a.k.a. CS Radical, here with you guys. Jin and Chris, Views for Shawls here with me. Happy episode 69, motherfuckers!
We did it! Woo!
It's like the best birthday wed I've ever had.
This is going to be the nicest episode we ever do.
Shut the fuck
Nice.
up, Adam.
Oh, nice. 69.
Okay,
Well,
please shut the fuck up, Adam.
We made it 10 seconds. All right, show's over, guys. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast, and we'll see you next time.
No, we have to make it to 69 seconds.
I put the outro in for like 2 seconds.
That was good.
All right, so how's everybody doing on this momentous occasion?
I am so happy
It's
March
the
is
greatest
over.
episode ever.
March has been a fucking shit
What are you
show
talking
for me.
about? It's the 31st still. It's not over, Vish. It's not over. There's still 3
Sure.
hours.
It's
There's plenty of
over
time.
enough.
The meteor is coming, Vish.
Okay, you know what? You're going to
Tomorrow?
say meteor's coming. It doesn't come. You're like, April Fools!
Oh,
But I'm not doing a 3-hour podcast just to do that. So no, let's not do that. So, Chris, how you doing?
fantastic. How are you?
I don't know yet. I'm not sure. There's at least 90 minutes of the show left. I don't know how I feel anymore.
I'm actually really scared.
Yeah, you're gonna feel
Every
good
time I
now,
start
but
the
it'll be
show,
bad later.
I literally feel like I should flip a coin. I'm like, is this going to be a good day for me or not? And I flip it, and it usually falls on the wrong side. Or I lose the coin. Either way, it sucks.
Flip a coin. Coin's gone. Coin was hit by
Name
a
of your
tree.
sex tape?
The coin was hit, but hey, check me out in the chat makes a good point. Shouldn't it be 69 minutes? I can barely keep these guys to 90. Come on now. You think we're going to get it to just at barely an hour? Come
You
on.
can barely keep us at 90. Name of your sex tape.
Yeah, because I fuck you at 90 miles per hour. Bam! Okay.
Fair enough.
Wow, that is hospitalization kind.
That's
like-
probably
oh my
death,
God.
actually.
Oh, no, yeah, you're dead.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck
God.
that.
Based
yeah.
on how G-forces work, I don't know if we could handle 90 mile an hour banging. You know, I'm just saying.
No.
I said a bang, bang.
We
bang,
need
bang, bang.
if one of these days we'll get interviewers or not interviewers, we'll get interviewees and we'll have a scientist out to be like, what would happen if I get banged at 90 miles an hour? That'll be our
Be
first
like,
question.
You told me this was an educational show.
Physics, obviously.
Well, speaking of
Yes.
physics, I'm going to physically move this
100%.
podcast away from where we are so we can get into the highlight of the week. I'm going to go
Segue.
last because I'm
Like it.
reviewing Control, so I'm going to start with Vish if he's done anything this week at all.
So to be entirely honest, not really. I know, big shock. Big shock.
If there are three
the
things you
shock
can
for
count on in
episode
life:
69.
death, taxes, and Vish accomplishing nothing over a 7-day period. He's not defending himself, so there you go.
No.
No, he's not.
So the only thing I can really say is just I'm loving the DuckTales remake on Disney Plus. The first 2 seasons are there. There's a third and final season, unfortunately. This last week brought this one episode I saw this week brought back so much nostalgia. I had the biggest dumbass smile on my face. It was a Darkwing Duck focused episode.
No
Yes.
fucking way.
Sick.
Yes. I was just like,
What?
yeah.
I really
That
want
is
to put up
amazing.
Darkwing Duck trailer on this, but I've learned that I can put as much game footage as I want on this podcast, but if I put any cartoon footage, it's like immediate copyright claim. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
So I am going to find a picture of Darkwing Duck, and that will be my solitary.
It better be a horribly
So
drawn
you're
picture
finding,
by a child.
2017 Darkwing Duck. It's the exact same. It's literally the exact same. It's just nicer colors, I would say. But yeah, I just saw it, and I this week's episode, I was just like, oh my god! And I was just like, and then the phrase came up, and I just kind of like the child inside me was like, "Eh," and we all know what that phrase is.
No, I can't remember the phrase. I can't lie.
Chris,
I actually feel
seriously-
like a horrible human being right now.
okay,
Perfect.
I will start it off.
No one's gonna. If you're not watching the video version of this podcast, you don't get the joke that happened right now. But I think I found the best one. It's a literal duck in the Darkwing duck costume.
Oh, that just killed me. I think podcast is over. Like,
I'm gonna say 2 words. If you don't know the third word, I am gonna ask Adam to ban you.
okay, that's fantastic.
Let's get.
Quackerus?
Oh.
Okay, Adam, ban yourself.
No, I will not.
Let's get quacked.
You're supposed to say no. No, I
Oh,
don't think I
Darkwing
will.
Duck. He would have said, "Let's get fucked." Right?
At 90
That
miles
seems
per
like-
hour.
At 90 miles an hour. And it all comes back around.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So yeah. In all honesty, I had a lot of stuff to take care of this week, and I didn't get a chance to really do anything. So I did watch the DuckTales show, and I'm absolutely loving it. And another thing I'm loving that's started up new is Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Crap, I gotta
Yes.
find something funny for that too.
It's
Can you find a duck dressed as a falcon?
I'll try my best.
so yeah, this is not gonna be just some basic action show or anything like that. There is actually a lot of deep, heavy stuff that they're looking into and that they're exploring. I won't go too much into it, but in the comics, when Bucky regains himself, he actually goes through extremely traumatic PTSD, and he's completely destroyed and damaged, and just is trying to come to terms with all the things he's done. So they mentioned it a little bit in like Civil War, not really in anything else, but in this show, they're exploring Bucky as a tortured human being, not just the Winter Soldier. Like, they're actually going through really in-depth character development for him, and it's really like almost painfully tragic to see the way they're doing it. And I'm just like, and I don't know, this new Cap that they have in it right now is like, I don't know if he's going to be a government puppet, or if he is a bad guy, or if he is just completely misunderstood. But they definitely leave you wanting more. And one more thing I started watching this week. It's made by the guy who made The Walking Dead. It's called Invincible.
Oh, the animated thing on Amazon, right?
Yes. Yeah. So far, I'm actually really loving it.
It looked really cool, at least in terms of its art when I saw it.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about it.
Animation and everything in it is actually quite great. It's graphic as fuck, and I mean like Walking Dead graphic. It's not as brutal as The Boys, because it's an animated show. So it's and also there's no Homelander as I know of yet. But it's I'm really liking it, and there's enough of a mystery and a story in it that it keeps you hooked. It's not like something basic or anything, and that's that's J. Jonah Jameson right there.
Nice.
Actually looks exactly like him.
I was gonna say it's Burt Reynolds.
So yeah, there's I definitely recommend anyone to watch the show. But one thing I fucked up on in the first episode, he never says his name, and when he's about to, the title credits come on. And the first episode, when it said "I am" and the title credits come on, Invincible, I thought that was the end of the episode. It wasn't. There was a whole 15-minute segment that I missed.
Was there a Who song that played after he said Invincible?
No.
Damn.
A Kelly Clarkson one.
Oh.
Like, for real?
No.
Oh God. Because then I started playing fireworks in my head.
but-
I mean, I'm impressed that he came up with that first, though. That's a really good answer to throw people off.
Yeah, it was almost. I thought it was real. I was worried it was real.
So that one, I highly recommend it. It's again, keep watching the first episode, because when that came on, I was like, oh, the episode's done. But then I watched the second episode, and I was like, wait, what the fuck just happened? I go back to the first episode, and I was like, I missed this entire thing. This was like the biggest moment in the episode, and I completely missed it.
I've learned with anime, it's the same thing. I do not stop watching until, like, if I see the credits flow, I immediately check the timeline to see if there's 2 minutes left or more than 2 minutes. Because as soon as there's more than 2 minutes, I know there's more footage now. So I've learned because of that too, because I've missed significant stuff through in the exact same way.
Adam, we're Marvel fans. If you stop watching before the credits end, you're a fucking idiot.
Well, yeah, but you don't expect it out of anything else. You just expect it on movies. You don't expect it on a 20-minute show. Because 20 minutes feels the same. I am talking anime what I'm referring to. So
okay, fair enough.
I'm sure this show is like probably like an hour show, like it would be like most other things. So
fair enough. It's what's it called? It's really I think it's really good. I think it has a lot of promise, and I really can't wait to see how it pays off. And I'm not sure if it's a one and done season or if it's going to be a multi-season thing. I just hope it doesn't go the stalemate that The Walking Dead turned into, plain and simple.
I mean, not a lot of shows on Amazon have gone very long, so I don't know if you have to worry about that trend. Even The Expanse, it's stopping at 5 seasons, so
which is crazy. Yeah, like what the hell?
Or is it 5 or 6? Fuck, counting's hard.
6. They just finished 5. I think they're doing the one more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is
crazy. It's So, Chris, what have you been up to?
So, as per usual, I've been playing games. Playing Assassin's Creed, playing a little bit of other stuff, but I actually have been playing something as a bit of a surprise for our 69th episode. I started about a month ago, and I've kept it in secret so that it was purely a surprise for both of you.
You're playing the KFC visual novel.
I fucking wish. Trust me, when you hear what I've been playing, I'd wish, because the game I have now played over 20 hours of is Madden 21. My highlight of the week, or what I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to call it a highlight, is Madden 21. I actually played a fucking Madden game.
What? Oh.
I knew he wasn't kidding.
I wasn't kidding. This is actually my highlight. I have put over 20 fucking hours on Madden.
All right, for
Madden
the first
21.
time forever on the show, actual Madden footage will be on the screen. God help us.
Oh my god, I have like one nice thing to say, and then I plan on just ripping this game a new one, like right through its asshole.
As you probably should.
Oh my god. I can't believe I did this for the 69th episode.
You did it for the people, and by people I mean no one.
I did it, for me and you guys, I guess. I did it for my own pain. Madden 21, holy crap. So, first of all, me going into this, I haven't played a Madden game since, like, PS3 days.
I think the last serious time I played a football game would have been Sega Genesis. That's how long it's been for me.
See, I did play a lot back then, but they were very different games and quite awesome, to be completely honest, back then. So Madden 21. I decided when I was going to play one of the many story modes that are available. First of all, my first gripe, this game's confusing as fuck. You go into it, it opens up a thing. You've earned a booster pack. I haven't fucking done anything. Create your character. You go to create your character. You've unlocked a shirt for your character. 10 XP. I'm like, what?
Now you already see where the money comes from. You already see it happening.
I just want to play football. I just want to actually try this game. Then, as I'm still obviously trying to even figure out what to do, what happens? I open another fucking booster pack. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what they're for. Did I earn that character? Is it actually just the card? What do I do with it? Who gives a fuck? Dismiss. Keep going. Then there's 4 different versions, and only one of them I understood because it was called, like, online. Okay, cool. That's playing with people online. That makes sense. Then I had to go into Google to figure out what the fuck every mode was, so I didn't just start something and then hate it. So
as long as you stay away from Ultimate Team, you're fine.
So that was one. Then there was franchise. Then there was face of the franchise, and it kept going. I found out face of the franchise was the game's quote-unquote story mode. Yes, a story where you start as a guy in high school and play through until his ending career when he retires in the NFL. I thought, holy fuck.
3 years into his career because he had a domestic abuse violation. Oh, I mean, because of retirement, yes.
No, that would have been
Adam,
better.
Adam, no. They got suspended for having a prescription medication over the counter.
No. He deflated the football.
He deflated it. Oh, I need more alcohol even just to keep talking.
I am in such disbelief right now. I can't even explain.
I am loving every second of this because we will never speak of this game properly ever again after this. We're finally getting it out of our system and it's over.
Also,
Adam
just to
Trump would
clarify,
be so proud.
We will sooner play both PGA Tour games that because EA is now joining in on it. So now Tiger Woods 2K will exist, and now EA is getting back into it. And I will be more likely to pay or play 2 PGA games back to back than play one Madden game.
At least the PGA games are kind of idiot-proof.
No, this game is idiot-proof. Trust me, when I start ranting about certain things, it's idiot-proof. Trust me.
How do you think so many idiots still play the game and spend hundreds of dollars on it?
The hardest part of the game is the menu.
I also appreciate you playing the Cowboys.
I was not intentional.
Yes.
If I had it my way, I would have spent more time to try to find one where somebody plays against somebody who's playing as the Cowboys and they lose by 50 points. I would have tried really hard, but I didn't care.
Well, in all fairness, beating the Chargers isn't really a victory. It's kind of a bye week.
No one else on this show cares about football, so let's go back to the dumbass game that Chris played. Yeah. That happens to be a football game.
First of all, just to clarify, I didn't pay for this. It was added to Game Pass. And it was added at the beginning of March, and I saw it, and I went, oh, that's for episode 69. And I've been playing ever since. I had my Xbox connected to Discord. I disconnected it so you guys wouldn't see I was playing fucking Madden.
You clever son of a bitch.
Oh, fuck.
I pulled out all the stops for this stupid hellhole a month ago.
And was it worth it?
So it's worth this episode. It's not worth anything else. I did do Face of the Franchise, and let me just walk you through the first 5 minutes of Face of the Franchise. First of all, you have to create a player. You're allowed 3 different skin types, 3 different people, and you can modify them slightly, but it was hard as fuck. Okay,
you get your tan skin.
So I got kind of as close as I could to make Chris Sumner, because yes, that's who I created. Quarterback legend Chris Sumner. And there's only 3 voices, and only one of them is white. One is black, one is white, and I have no idea what the fuck that third one is. It sounds like an alien, not of human being. It just is I don't know who that is. So it's somebody else. But we've got 2 ethnicities covered with the voices, and then the third for we don't know everyone else. So here we've combined all your ethnicities into one third person. And the white guy voice is a hard-ass Boston accent, which I didn't know until it was too late, and now I play the entire game as a guy from Boston with a thick, heavy fucking accent. So you start in high school. You are in high school, you're on the hockey team, and you get pulled into the high school football team because the coach, who is Jerry from The Walking Dead, the actor, whose motion capture clearly was broken because he looks like shit. He looks like he's been hit by a truck and can't walk properly because the animations are so fucked up.
Is this game trying to piss off people in Canada? I'm just wondering.
No, it's trying to piss everybody off, but also wants your money.
Yeah, it wants just your money. So you are talking to this coach who wants you to be on the team. The other quarterback, Tommy, comes up and he goes, we've already got a QB1. We don't need a 2. Hit you with the football, keeps going. You get brought in as second QB in a football game for just high school, and this is where the drama starts. Game starts you off right at halftime. You haven't even played yet. You're at halftime. You go in the locker, your character, for a cutscene, and in a thick, heavy Boston accent, you start yelling at Tommy, going, your hat's not in the game. Why isn't your hat in the game? Why isn't it in the game, your hat? You don't use your hat. Pause for a few seconds. Other kid, Tommy, yeah, man, it is my heart. I have a heart condition. What the fuck? What the fuck? Now Tommy has to leave the game because of his
So you already start the game because you're an asshole. All right.
Yeah. You're an asshole yelling at a kid.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Does Tommy leave Boston and go to Tampa and then does a giant fuck you to the coach?
No. So what happens is he
dies in a car accident.
You get to choose what area you're from, and then you get to choose what college you go to, and then you get to choose what team you get drafted into in the NFL. So it's kind of just like a generic high school to start. So already you're brought into a game where you're losing 21-0, and you're brought in as a second QB because the other QB, who now hates you, has to go to the hospital for his heart condition. You then play this game. It's actually hard to turn it around because it's the third quarter. You do so, you end up being the hero, but everybody kind of forgets you. They bring you back, and it comes to the end, and then all of a sudden, you start to get a lot of press. Like, I'm talking NFL, like, superstar level press, even though you're in high school. You guys end up winning whatever the high school main game is, which, by the way, was at the Buccaneers fucking field.
High school football is actually taken pretty seriously,
Dude,
so it's not that
dude.
off.
There's high school stadiums in the U.S., especially in Texas, that are better than the Tiger Cat Stadium.
No, you play at the official Buccaneers.
No. What he
I
means
get
is
that,
like
but I
high
mean in
school
general.
football is taken so seriously that their stadiums are actually better off than like what we get for here football leagues, like the best football league in Canada.
The best part that comes up next is while you're at that game, somebody comes to meet you because they've heard so much, and it's Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg makes an appearance in this game because he's
cool.
heard
That's
so
cool.
much about the one game you played for half. Because your
I
friend
mean,
who
look,
hates you,
he was probably just really high and thought you were somebody else. All right.
probably. And then you get a choice, and it keeps coming up with these timed choices. You have to pick one. Tommy's walking by. Do you introduce Tommy, who's your frenemy, to Snoop Dogg, or do you let Tommy keep walking?
Or do you kick Tommy in the nuts and be like, for shizzle, Snoop, let's do it?
This took me half an hour to get to, and I've played half of one game at this point. I don't know what's happening. So I'll speed up here. It then gets to the end of high school, and there's a literal press conference where it's just you and Tommy, and you guys are at a table, and you have to pick which hat of what college you're going to go to. Because now the two of you are known as the Heartbreak Kids, because Tommy's heart is failing, and you stood in for him, and now the two of you kind of get along. I choose Florida Gators. Why? Because I was like, Florida's cool.
The water boy.
I decided, like, that's where my character's going. Then Tommy picks up the same hat, and he goes, not only am I coming for you, I'm coming for your position too. I'm like, this game really is taking itself way too seriously. Then you go to college, okay? And then your coach is the T-1000 from Terminator. Yeah, they brought in that actor. I don't even know his name. He's the T-1000. It's you guys talking to him, and he's like,
And
I'm
remember,
going to make
keep in mind that they're actually putting all these people in this game, but they can't afford to, not copy and paste banners in the stands.
Chris?
They couldn't afford to actually do motion capture or any kind of texturing for their faces, mouth movements, body movements. They would like get up, and then I guess wherever the animation they got up, they would just shift like a foot to the left because they got up out of the chair wrong, and it'd be like, and it's just like now they're there. Horrible animation. Oh my God. So then the two of you are fighting over the QB position, and then the coach, who's the T-1000, goes, the two of you are going to fight over it. And they're like, Coach, you can't do that. Dramatic effect. Coach leans back in his chair, starts pulling out championship rings, puts 3 of them on the desk, looks at both of them and goes, how many of these you two got? That's what I thought. Get out of my office.
And they both said,
and what happened?
we just started college, asshole.
Yeah. So then Tommy starts, and what happens to Tommy? His fucking heart fails him, and he has to go to the hospital. So now you have to win the fucking game to
I feel
win
like you
the
should just
champion.
murder Tommy at this point and just get the story over with.
You have to win the game, and I think Snoop's affection, I can't tell, for Tommy who's in the hospital. Then it keeps going and going. Oh my God. It's actually at the point where you then get into the NFL. I joined the Cowboys, by the way, Vishal, just for you.
Yes.
QB.
And Mike.
As you go, guess what happens to the character? The character has a press conference. Why? Because he just got chosen to be the next cover of Madden. Madden literally put in the story the character you created getting on the cover of Madden.
Even though you
And
just
sucking
started
its-
your career in the NFL.
Oh my God. Madden was like sucking its own dick in the story mode. I was like, what are you doing? And who presents it to you? Your best friend from when you're in high school?
Snoop Dogg.
He comes on to the Eric, what's that? There's a football guy, a personality.
John Madden.
Eric?
That
No. Ehrlich, something Ehrlich. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know much about football, but it's like an actual like guy that they actually got to actually record real footage, but then also appear as this fucked up, demented animation to come and like talk to you and bring you on the show, and then bring out Snoop Dogg, who doesn't look right at all with this animation they chose to announce you're going on Madden on the cover. And then like, aren't you worried about the Madden cover curse? timed response. Do you act confidence or are you humble? Like, oh my fucking god.
And then the option you picked was hitting the Xbox button and turning off your console.
Yes. So the one good thing I'm going to say about this game, when you're actually in a football game, like what's happening on the screen right now, it's actually kind of fun. I can't lie to you. Playing sports games sometimes are actually fun. They're a little bit mindless, but it's also like you're still there. Don't hate it.
It's not worth $80, but it's fun.
I would never fucking pay anything over $10, $15 for one of these games. Unless they actually did it proper and came out like once every 5 years or something, fine. Then I'd pay a little bit more at the beginning and it would go down in price by year 2 or 3. Totally, I would maybe pick up one of these. But I actually enjoy the game until you play it. And then as soon as you do a good pass, it goes back to the animations. And oh my fuck, are they horrible? Like the mouths don't move anywhere near how it looks natural. The game seriously looks like it came out in like it was the very first PS4 or Xbox One game.
As someone who
almost PS3,
as someone who took animation in high school and college, that shit pisses me the fuck off.
They shit the bed so hard with all of the animation, and like you'll go to like get the football and then your character will get up. And I guess where they made the character get up, the football's actually way over there. As they get up, they just teleport very quickly to the left where they were supposed to be. Like, it's just constant nonsense with the animations. I don't want to skip every single one of them. Oh, fuck. Like, oh, and this game has the audacity for if you get it on PS5 or Xbox, every time you make a good play and they go to the stats, the newer game calls them next-gen stats.
Oh, fuck.
So not only does the game not look next gen, it's the same fucking stats on every game, because if I threw it 73 yards, what does that have to do with next gen? And it's just like, let's go back to the next gen stats to have a look at that play. Oh,
like, how about we don't?
God. Yeah, like this game is ridiculous.
I don't think I will.
Oh, let's see if I actually had to make an entire set of notes here. Yeah, no, covered all that. Oh yeah, and every time it's a season, by the way, as you're playing as this character, you play 3 games a season. 1 near the beginning, 1 near the middle, and then maybe 1 at the end. So it's not possible to make it to the Super Bowl.
I'm honestly still waiting for you to say April Fools didn't touch this fucking game.
It's not happening.
No, I played the fuck out of it.
I'm still.
I have a little bit more to go. I'm in my 7th season as my character, and there's only 1 left. And I'm like, if I don't finish it and get the achievement for finishing this, I'm going to be more mad at myself. So I'm going to finish it.
You're mad and Madden.
Madden, yeah.
It's not like that took much.
Also, one other thing, this game is like lopsided with the difficulty. The very first game was hard, and then after that, like I beat Tom Brady at the Super Bowl 63-0. I don't think the game, it's like if you do a pass, you win. That's it. Do a deep pass, just throw it, and you'll win.
Yeah.
63-0. I beat Brady.
Really there.
No.
Like, don't get me wrong. I hate teams from Boston, but I actually don't hate Brady. I just wanted to retire because it's fucking boring. But yeah,
you know what else is boring? Talking about actual football.
Okay.
we have Chris is suffering
just
over
for you,
here, and you're trying to bring up football.
Yeah,
how dare you, sir?
Just I know. No, it's kind
for
of
sure.
shitty.
I brought the
that,
Cowboys to the Super Bowl for you.
No, what's bothering me is like I again, sports games players are sports games players, and they're gonna buy this fucking game no matter what every year. They just are.
But could they at least be bothered to ask for quality?
That's what's bothering me.
Yes.
It's the fact of like, if Chris, who's not even a casual sports game player, can notice how the lip syncing and animations are very stiff and dated. Like,
and he hasn't played a game in like 10 years.
Yeah, and
it looks
really
the same.
Fucking shitty. Like, I'm sorry, but like EA, like fuck you guys.
Hot take. Brave for Vish over there.
Hot take. Yeah, and the animations are just bad. Like the bottom jaw isn't attached. When the people talk, they do this. Here, I'll try and imitate it as best I can.
Today on Madden, we are going to play football.
Thank you. The fact you dubbed that over made it look exactly like my game.
Perfect.
No,
Yeah.
this is what's pissing. Like honestly, I wouldn't mind these games.
Well, I'm deleting
Like,
that note I
even if
made
they're
on this
coming
game
out
forever.
every year. If they weren't so copy and paste, and if they weren't just a giant like heel stomp in the testicles. Like,
Well, if
it's
dumb
just
fucks would stop buying it, but unfortunately, dumb fucks be dumb
I
fucks. So
know.
what are you gonna do?
I know.
Yeah.
That's why we don't play them, because we're
So,
smart.
Adam, what the fuck? Oh, sorry, Chris. Are you done?
I was just gonna say final score 10 out of 10, perfect game. Go buy Madden.
Perfect.
Okay. Real score.
4,
Okay.
5. Because the thing is, it's still playable once you're in the game. It's just everything outside of the actual football game. The cutscenes, the animations, the fucking booster packs I don't understand. All the game modes that make no sense. It's just like I wanted to load a game and play every game. But I can't. It's just not an option. I had to see Tommy's heart fail in a hospital. It's important.
The feels, man.
Tommy.
Them feels.
Yeah, no feels. I don't care. Tommy.
They should have just handed up and just had Sarah McLachlan music playing constantly during that story mode.
Oh wow, this game took a really dark turn.
It would have been way
What
better
do you mean
than
it
the
really
guys
took a
very-
dark turn? Chris was ruining a kid's dream because he had a heart condition.
I will.
You're not playing with any hat out there. What's wrong with your hat? You're right. My heart has a heart condition.
My house
Oh,
in
I'm so
Tampa,
sorry,
it's not
Tommy.
Boston.
So apparently,
Sorry, Tommy.
Chris was a quarterback that came straight out of The Departed. So, sorry, The Departed.
No, the departed. Yeah, it was just as departed as that. Yeah.
Departed.
Oh God.
Honestly,
Well, let's
Sorry,
depart
Adam.
from Madden
That
talk.
movie's overrated.
Adam, talk about a game you enjoy, please.
Yes, I will actually.
I actually was playing Madden with Chris this entire time.
Perfect way to try to segue that, Chris. So let me talk about Control now that I finished it. So,
Oh, thank-
fucking
God.
Christ, that game. I don't know how much I love it because I really love playing the game, but Lord knows if you asked me to tell you what the story was, I could not tell you, even after reading the Wikipedia summary several times to try to get a better understanding of it.
I hate it when that happens.
So, I explained it last show, but just to quickly summarize it, Control is basically what happens when you take a pretty standard third-person shooter and then add superpowers to it, and then you add a supernatural, like psychological, almost thriller horror kind of aspect to it. So, basically, the gist of the story here's the best way I can explain the story without spoiling anything. You are a person who shows up at a building that is not technically the building you're in. The inside is not quite the building that you walked into. There's some crazy shit happening. The game goes full Inception on you, and a lot of shit happens that makes no sense because the game doesn't really do a good job of explaining it to you. But it's still awesome. That's honestly the best way I can explain the game. I don't understand a fucking thing that happened for the most part, but I still liked it.
Nice.
Because the story itself is really complicated, they might hide a lot of stuff that maybe I just didn't catch, because I realized pretty quickly to stop reading all the side collectible notes that you come across, because most of them are just gibberish. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to go shoot the shit out of stuff, throw rocks at everybody, fly all over the damn map, and then possibly save Alan Wake, because that's one of the DLCs.
Yeah.
So I love the game, legitimately. I had so much fun playing the game. I was either going to put up the Alan Wake DLC, which is what's on screen right now, or I was going to show a specific mission where you have to go through this maze, almost Inception levels of maze, and a really badass metal track gets put on, because the way the maze is supposed to work is it's an infinite loop, but this guy gives you his headphones, his cassette player that apparently helps you. So apparently listening to this one metal song makes the maze open up for you. So this entire time you're doing this badass maze mission where you're fighting all this stuff, and you have heavy metal just blaring in your ears, and it's fucking awesome. It's one of my favorite set pieces in a while.
That is pretty cool.
And so much about the game in terms of its gameplay is so much fun. I was saying on the Pixel Play podcast yesterday, which you should also see on YouTube, that
You're not nude in it, are you?
No. Why would I? I'm moving on.
I just want to make sure.
I'm gonna fuck. Okay, moving back. Fuck. Everything that I played about that game is great. Like, there could be more added to it. Like, there could be more weapons. They kind of do it pretty basic. Like, it's a gun that can transform. So you'll have like a pistol, a shotgun, an auto rifle, a grenade launcher, like the basic stuff. But there's no like crazy one. Like, there's not like a crazy laser gun or something like that. But I said it didn't need it because the powers get slowly doled out to you to enough of a point where you don't feel like the combat ever gets stale, because by the time that you got used to shooting, then you can start throwing random objects at people. You can start grabbing things out of the air and throwing them. Then by the time you get used to that, then you can start levitating or casting a shield or being able to possess people. And then as you really level up the abilities, you get even more stuff. So the levitate has a ground pound. By the end of the game, you can grab really large objects and other enemies that are dead and throw them into people. And then at the very end, you can grab 3 objects at the same time and just hurl shit. So by the time the game ends, you've pretty much slowly accumulated abilities to the point that the combat never grows old. The only thing that you just kind of figure out is like, I don't know what's going on in the story, but I'm having such a blast just destroying shit. Because the another side thing, it is really impressive how like destructive the environments are. Like little things like you just coming across like dashing around the map, like you'll just see the walls like crumble around you, and parts of like brick walls or like the stairwells will like snap off, and if you throw things around, there's pieces of debris everywhere. Like, it's really interesting how good a job they did. And I don't know if this is any different in the upgraded version that I played on PS5, but it's really impressive just how like pretty like legit everything that you do in that map actually affects the area around you. Because even like doing things like just shooting the wall, like it consistently leaves this trail of debris and bullet holes all over the map, and it stays. So it's pretty impressive how that happens.
That's very impressive. Like game engine wise, like holy crap.
Yeah, well, it's like I remember like when Metal Gear Solid 2 first came out, and you had the option of shooting a fire extinguisher to cause a foam like screen. And back then I was like, whoa, that's insane. But like now, the way you're describing it, that's
like by the time you finish in a room with throwing shit all over the map, explosions, and dashing everywhere, it is a mess, and it's amazing. It's an amazing mess. You finish a level and you look around at like the bodies and fucking debris everywhere. You'd be like, I did this.
Because even like when you play a game like The Last of Us, if you throw a grenade at a wall, essentially the wall is still intact.
Yeah. There are some weird things that they keep around, because there are TVs in the map that play like story content, so those won't break. So it's weird how like you can literally throw a grenade in the room and everything in the room, like papers and desk pieces and wall and everything will fly, but the TVs are fine. So apparently in this game, TVs are made of like the hardest rock known to man and just can't be touched.
Vibranium or adamantium?
Apparently, yeah.
Which one though?
I don't know. Maybe both. How do you know?
I don't.
But yeah, fantastic game. The only complaints that I have came in the later stages. At the tail end of the game, especially with the DLC, there's no difficulty setting, or at least that I didn't see because it didn't give me one when I started the story. It really gets fucking hard towards the end. And not hard in the sense of like, you know, enemies are just really strong or whatever. No, they just throw so much at you at one time that you can't handle it. And even with your health maxed out, you still don't have a lot of health. Like, there was one specific enemy that I fought that drove me crazy, because it's a flying enemy, and you can only damage it with your gun, because it most of the time will evade any objects you throw at it. So it's constantly evading. And it has an attack where it takes 2 like stone daggers out and throws them at you, and each of them do like 25% damage. They hurt.
Oh shit.
So, and he has a massive health bar.
Does can you like with the movements in this game, are you like able to like barrel roll dodge?
Oh, you can dodge. But when he's trying to throw these killer daggers at you and then spawns 10 like exploding guys plus 5 guys with machine guns that stand around the map and shoot at you, you kind of start to lose sight because you're looking at way too many things trying to dodge everything.
I'm sorry, who's he?
Or sorry, she.
Oh, okay.
But like in general, there's so much going on that eventually all it takes is for you to take your eye off something for 1 second and boom, there goes your health. It's that easy. And the final boss of the Alan Wake DLC I never finished because it was really frustrating because the boss mechanic at the end is dumb. Because the boss mechanic is that as soon as you get him down to 1 health, he suddenly has an armor that makes no sense. Because it doesn't show the red aura around him like that armored enemies normally have. He just happens to have armor. And every time he puts his armor on, the lights go out. And the lights in that specific mission, because Alan Wake had the old game on 360 had to do with darkness, he keeps gaining that armor back. And while he gains that armor back, you lose your abilities. If you're not in light, your abilities go away. So you need to get the lights back on while his armor's regenerating fast enough. And then you got to try to do as much damage to him. But he also can almost one-shot you. So just so much goes on that I just couldn't keep up. And every time I looked at guides for it, people were saying, oh, you got to use this specific enemy, find these attachments. The second I see that, I know I need to not do this because it's going to be frustrating. Because if you have to go in with a certain weapon, you can't. It's just not fun anymore.
As I'm watching this video you're playing right now, I am just like saying that thing is like, if you're subject to paranoia, don't play this game on any information.
There is a lot of weird shit
right now, like that whole thing. Like,
don't play this on drugs. Legitimately, do not play a lot of this game on drugs. You will get fucked up.
Do not play this game on shrooms. I have never done shrooms, but I can
imagine it probably won't be a good time.
Yeah,
you convinced me. Challenge accepted.
But in all honesty, there are only 2 takeaways I really have about it that I have to talk, because I'm giving it an 8, and I'm docking 2 points. 1, because the difficulty can get really frustrating. I can have fun with difficult parts of the game, but it's not difficult, or it's not difficult when I feel like I'm outnumbered to the point that there's too much going on. And then the other part, here's Trip. This is an exact reason why you don't do drugs on this. That specific section.
That is so cool, though.
Again, watch the video version on YouTube or Twitch, guys. If you take this podcast audio-wise, you're missing out on so much dumb shit.
The floating part is what freaked me the fuck out. It was like, it was like when Mysterio was fucking up Spider-Man in Far From Home.
Yeah. But yeah, the difficulty is one thing. The second point that I have to deduct is just because the story is a little too weird. It doesn't explain everything as much. There is one specific part in the mission that I know that I'm supposed to be like, oh my god, at, and I literally instead of that went, okay, so is that this person or is it this person? And I was questioning myself. I'm like, this is a big reveal, and I can't tell what the reveal is. That was my problem. So it's like. The story itself, there's some bits where I'm just like, okay, weird shit's going on. I'm finding out what it is. Okay, got it. And the suspense is really good. The intrigue, the mystery, it's all there. And then the explanations come, and maybe some people get it, but I didn't. Sometimes I'm just like, okay, I guess I just shoot more stuff. Okay, got it. That was basically how I treated some of that story. But all in all, it's a fun-ass game, and for free, I can't complain either.
Is it a Japanese game?
No, this was made by 505 Games, I believe, who are now working in tandem with Remedy, who made Alan Wake and Quantum Break, I believe.
Okay, so the story was essentially, it was complicated for the sake of being complicated. It wasn't like...
Well, the type of game that they play is the Stranger Things, thriller suspense kind of stuff, so it's meant to be weird and mysterious and sometimes misleading. So okay. I've read over the synopsis a few times now, and I kind of get it, but it's not. I don't know if it's meant to be easy to understand because it's paranormal weird shit that we're making up fake science for, right? So
yeah, this reminds me of a Christopher Nolan movie.
You can see even just the papers flying around the map, just the physics engine.
Okay, you know what, Chris, you have a point. The way Adam's describing it, if they ever made a movie on it, Christopher Nolan would actually be the perfect director.
Oh yeah, this is 100% a Nolan movie if he could make that. That's pretty sweet.
Oh, I see what you're saying about the environments. You can smash through the fucking wall.
Yeah, there's hidden rooms and stuff too. That it took me 10 hours into the game to find my first hidden room. I didn't even know they existed until I found one by accident. And I'm like, that's a thing. Oh shit! And then I started paying more attention. I started finding them all the time now. And it's nice, too, because it's like a lot of adventure games that you find, too, that as you get more abilities, there are more parts of the map you've already been to that you can unlock as well for extra pathways and for stuff, so...
So with
they make the entire map, matter.
Is it an open world environment that is...
No, it's just a single level, it's just a massive level that you just go through, there's several areas, I think there are... Not counting the DLC, I think there's 4 levels that you go in between.
Do you revisit places?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So
No,
it's
that's
Metal
the
Gear
one thing. Like
Solid
the
2.
way you're describing it, like
It's not
as
like
you
a
get
it's
more
not like a
abilities-
massive like Assassin's Creed world. It's like 4 small like world like little like
No. The
levels.
way you were describing it's like as your abilities get better and more advanced, you can unlock more stuff. So I'm wondering if it's like
It's more just like there
for-
are some parts of the level that you can't access because you don't have this thing. So once you get that thing, you can go in. Like, for example, there's these random rooms that have like this weird purplish mold that if you walk inside, you take damage. Much later in the game, you'll find someone who gives you a cure so that way you can walk into those rooms. And it's mostly just treasure, but it's still like it's stuff that it's like when you play like a Zelda dungeon and you get a key and later down the road you can go into that dungeon. Like that's kind of the same sort of deal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that's
It doesn't change. It's not like you suddenly unlock like a new like half of the map by getting it. It's just more like little extra tidbits of stuff.
No, I get that. It's like there's some games where like essentially like you can play through it again with all of your power-ups that you gained through the first
It's not
playthrough.
it's not like a new game plus. It's just you just keep. It's more like it
Okay.
just keeps complementing, so you just keep
No, but
like,
I
finding
mean, like
more
the-
stuff.
Like
There,
the
like here's
idea
one of
that
those mold
there's-
rooms right now that I was just staring at. Like you can't go in there right away because you'll die. You'll die very
Yeah.
quick.
No, but I mean, it's like the whole situation. Like you can actually go into it at a later time, but go into different areas.
No, there's not different areas. It's just like tiny rooms. They're mostly like I said, treasure and like extra lore. Like it's mostly that. But it's you feel like, oh fuck, I forgot about that one room, and you go back and you're like, oh, that was neat. I got like an extra experience points out of it or something like that.
Mm.
But yeah,
Okay.
it was a really fucking fun game, and I'm glad that I got around to it. So it ended up working
And
out
thank
nicely.
you, PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, no shit. I mean,
I
they're
can't
doing
wait to play that
doing
one.
pretty nice for next month too. Oddworld, Days Gone. Well, I guess not Days Gone. Days Gone's kind of shit. Days Gone's pretty shit. I would not suggest playing Days Gone unless you if you really like zombie games, I guess. But even that doesn't do it very well.
Yeah.
And then Zombie Army 4
I-
is just like stupid fun. So
Yeah, I think honestly, I think we should all get that one and play that
well,
one.
I mean, we
together.
all get it because it's free.
Well, the
so-
three of us will
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus, right? So
Yeah.
fucking Kevin.
I mean, he just doesn't.
Who
have
know
it.
who
He's
no
just a
one who's
nice-
listening to this podcast knows who it is.
He's just the nicest guy in the world, but fucking Kevin.
Well, they don't know that. So they can't. Are they going to believe that? No, I wouldn't believe it either.
Fucking
I wouldn't.
Kevin, just the nicest guy. In
But
the world.
anyways, so let's move on to the couple of fun things that I want to talk about. I was going to lead off with something else, but I figured since we were bringing a PlayStation and free games, I'd start with that instead. I just wanted, because this is a nice episode, because it's episode 69, I just want to talk for a moment about how fucking amazing it is that, like, PlayStation just gave away 9
yeah.
games for free, and, like, how accessible games are for people, especially during COVID right now. Just how amazing it is that, like, you have Game Pass being what it is, but then you have games with gold. You have PlayStation Plus. You have obviously now Play at Home with the 9 games that they offer for free. Epic gives a free game away almost every week. Steam sometimes will give away games for free. GOG just released the original 13, not the remake, but the original one, so the not shit one, for free. So like, I just want, like, for just a brief moment, I'm just like, isn't it amazing that we live in a time now? Can you imagine as a kid, like, just going to like your local like not grocery store, like your Zellers for us old Canadians here, and just like them just giving away a copy of a Super Nintendo game for free, just like that.
For any of our American listeners, that would be Wolco.
But like, and obviously it wouldn't be more often than it wouldn't be a good game. You'd be getting something like, I don't know,
Kmart.
like Super Batter Up or Zombies Ate My Neighbors or something like that. You wouldn't be getting Mario World or anything like that. But even so, like, just the advent of getting just stuff for free in the amount that we get them is pretty fucking sweet.
yeah, like
I honestly, I feel like I was born 10 years way too soon.
no, man, because now
Take advantage
you have
of it now.
adult money. Yeah, you have adult money. You can like, but back
I
when
don't
you were
need
a kid,
adult money for free video games.
Well, you
need
do for
for
the
the
system that you
system.
play them on.
the system, the one that you have to buy
uh,
on Kijiji for over $1 million because
Yeah.
this.
No. Those are graphics cards. That's different.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck me.
No. I'm just honestly, I think it's amazing that gaming companies are actually, like, I don't know if it's indirect or directly trying to help, like, end this pandemic, because they're like, oh, you know what, those nerds, they want games, let's give them a few free ones, so they'll stay inside.
And like legit, like this list, for example, like a lot of people probably haven't heard of these games, but this list is no joke. Like in terms of indie games, this is an amazing list of 9 games. Like 4 of them, granted, are mostly VR based, but like Enter the Gungeon and Subnautica are 2 of the best indie games on the market, and they're now
on the
free.
Top row?
Well, I
I
bought Zombie Army Trilogy because I love shooting zombies. It's I don't know. I think it's just a satisfying thing. Like blowing a zombie's head just feels very satisfying to me.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a psychopath or something.
You bought that though. We're talking about free shit.
No, but I get that. But I mean, it's also the fact of like Zombie Army 4. It's probably an improvement in all those games, and it's just fun as shit. Like that's not something you were just gonna play and be like, okay, I'm done.
Although
like,
to be fair though, I'm gonna be completely honest.
It's pretty replayable.
How many people are actually buying that game though? Like, it's cool to get it, but like, it's the kind of game that I'm like, I don't know if I go out of my way to buy that now. Like, there's so many other zombie games out there. We already have enough as it is. So it's
I understand what you're saying. Like it.
So like I obviously it's cool for us because it's something to play. I think I'd be more leaning like again Oddworld, another game that's getting for free on release. Like that's a really interesting precedent that's being set because that's the third time that Sony's done that. Because they did it with PlayStation All Stars and they did it with oh my god, what was the other one? Why am I forgetting?
They just did it the one last month. That puzzle game that started with an M.
Maquette. That's true. That one was too. There's still one more I'm thinking of, and I'm just blanking.
Snacks.
Thank you.
You're thinking Bug Snacks?
Yeah, Bug Snacks.
So one thing I'll say is I understand why they're doing it because of one game that really blew up by giving it for free, Rocket League.
Well, no, but the reason that some of it's interesting is because you don't make any money playing Oddworld after it's out, like Oddworld single player. Same with like PlayStation All Stars, or not PlayStation All Stars, Destruction All Stars I can get because there would be a financial thing after it for like skins and stuff. It's a shame the game died already, but you know that's how it is. When you're going to a console that only has like 3 million people, it's kind of hard to get a really lively player base. Yeah. Like it works for stuff like Rocket League and Fall Guys because you can have that go on forever. But like for a game like say Bug Snacks, that's a real risk because there's no money to be made after it's done. So they got lucky that they still actually made more money than they ever made with Octodad, just on the happenstance that enough people got it ahead to be like, hey, this game's actually not that bad, that other people bought it. So that's probably their idea too, is that the people now, because if they put these games up for free now, there's not nearly as many customers as there will be, say, in 12 months' time. So there's enough people to review the games to go, hey, when you get a PS5, whenever that ends up being, get one of these games because they're good.
Absolutely. So Adam, I'll tell you one thing right now. The way you're talking about these games, a lot of these games I have never even heard of. I'm not even gonna deny. Like I said, like of me,
well, that's the point though, is you get them out to a lot of people who are gonna try them because they normally wouldn't, because now they're free, and then they get to tell everybody else that doesn't own a PlayStation 5, go play that game when you get it because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like for me, like I said, like history has shown, most of the time my highlight of the week has not been a game. Or if it is a game, it's a game I've been playing continuously for several weeks. Like, can we not talk about Voldemort?
No, you kept bringing it up. It's your own fault. You caused this.
But it's like the fact of like, let's just say, for example, Rocket League never came for free. We wouldn't really be talking about it, in all honesty.
It's hard to tell because, again, we're talking about what ifs. But, I mean, a game like that feels like it might have still caught on if the right people watched. Because, let's be honest, Among Us never did well at launch. It just happened to do better months after. Because Among Us was a mobile game long before it became popular. So sometimes it's just luck. So, I mean, we can say that, it wouldn't be as popular. It probably wouldn't be what it is today. But it might still be a pretty big game regardless. It just might not have the same level.
I don't think it would have had even half the fan base that it would have. Because I was just like, hey, this game looks kind of fun. And we played it, and it's like, hey,
but that's an unfair comparison when it came out for free to like 50 million consoles.
I get that, Adam, but all I'm saying is like sometimes this whole
no, but you just said, I don't think it would have got to half customers. That's not a big bold claim. Like that's literally saying that 25 million people wouldn't buy a game they've never heard of. That's not a bold claim.
Okay, I don't know what really what I'm trying to say. It's like a Rocket League. It essentially it was an indie game when it first came out. It was a game that really nobody heard of.
Yeah.
So when they made it for free, it's like, oh, this actually looks kind of fun. And it's like, oh, this is actually a awesome fucking game. So doing all of this, like a Zombie Army trilogy, I will say is an awesome game. It's a fun experience. It's not easy. It's actually quite difficult just because
It's a horde mode. It's
you're
supposed to
a
get difficult.
Yeah, you're a one-man army when you're fighting like 50 creatures at a time, and it gets difficult. Like Sniper Elite, like Sniper Elite is what Zombie Army trilogy is based off of. So now Zombie Army 4, it's like you have these games, and a lot of people may not have even had the experience of it, but then they're like, hey, this is actually pretty awesome.
But
So you get that experience and you get that exposure by sacrificing. And I think this is the whole thing. It's like they're making these games for the fans. And when they
I
look
would
at
hope
it,
so.
Yeah, I mean,
but
that's how you
a
make money.
lot of times, like Madden, for example.
Yeah, but we're not talking
probably-
AAA. We're talking the indie games that are going on for free, right?
But
Yeah.
I get that. Zombie Army 4 isn't really a AAA game, I would
That's
say.
why I said Madden doesn't really come.
I mean, it's not really an indie game. That's what I meant. My apologies.
I mean, it's
Yeah, I
it's
don't know
not
that
really.
one.
I guess it's not really either. It's kind of just in that weird like middle ground, I guess.
It's what do they call that? Like B?
Limbo.
I don't know what
No,
they.
it's
I
not
don't know if there's
AAA.
even a term for it, really.
Yeah, it's like you guys know the racing games like Grid and stuff like that. They're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
indie, but they're definitely not AAA. They're
It's
called.
just, I don't
B.
know if we really
think
had a
they're
term
B level.
for it because I've never really heard one that's like widely used.
I'm pretty sure it's B or like B level game.
Yeah, I've never heard that either.
You
So
might
it's like
be.
we
might be
probably
right
just
on
don't
that.
have like a regular one like we would with indie and AAA, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like sometimes, like it's these hidden gems. Like a lot of times, it's like, you know what?
Well, I mean,
let's
shit,
just-
you got millions of games that we've never heard of. There's going to be so many. It comes down to, especially now with the way that the stores are just overloaded with games. You'll never find like,
Yeah.
there are some games that are like masterpieces that no one will ever know because it's get lost.
Yeah. And I gotta give praise because like number one, yes, this Sony thing specifically is aimed like the play at home. It is purely for the pandemic and getting people to stay home and everything. And like this is amazing just as a company and all the
Yeah.
developers who are willing to join in on it. And also to put the free games in general from PlayStation into perspective, I have a PS5, didn't have a PS4, so I didn't collect games leading up to it on PlayStation. I only got
You
PlayStation
barely
Plus
had a
in November.
PS3.
Oh no, I had a. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, PS3 got like halfway in. But yeah, so I kind of started fresh with the PS5 in November. Signed up for PS Plus in November. I've bought 3 games: Final Fantasy VII Remake, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Miles Morales. Those are the only 3 games I bought. I have 34 games on my PlayStation 5, and when this is included in that 34. When PS Plus goes live on what I think the 6th, I'm at 37 games. When Horizon gets added to this play at home, I'm at 38.
Yeah, by the time we hit May, you'll have minimum 40. And that's not even counting when I console share with you, and then there's going to be a shit ton more.
Yeah, like
And
oh
by
god, that's
June
called Trials
9th
in Persona. I'm gonna die. Oh geez.
Yeah, no shit.
And by June 9th, you'll have 69 games.
No, he won't. That won't happen.
On June 9th. I like what you did there. 6-9.
Yeah.
On 6-9, you'll have
Okay, we're getting
69.
way off track here. So, like, last thoughts. I mean,
No,
honestly,
we're not, because it's episode 69.
No, we are definitely getting off track. This is a VCR podcast. We're always off
Wrong.
track. Um,
Adam, I have a question real quick for you before we continue.
okay.
This Astrobot PlayStation VR, does it make you want PlayStation VR more than you did before there was an Astrobot VR?
No, actually, no.
Fuck. It makes me want PlayStation VR just because of Astrobot.
I have to see what the lineup of games for VR2 or whatever it ends up being called. Like, that's going to be the determining factor now. Because I am curious enough now that we've seen the controllers, like we showed them off last week. Like, I'm very curious on what happens now, but the library has to be there. I'm not going to pay $300-$400 for hardware that I'm going to play 2 games on, you know?
It's Astrobot.
Okay, so maybe 3 games.
Yes. Nice.
So now time for my favorite story that I was going to start off with. So you know how sometimes companies like to, try to try to, make as much money as they can. And sometimes they do that in ways that actually hurt the customer. Like, what used to happen back in the day when they tried to put all these anti-piracy things on that required you to be always online.
I know what story it is immediately.
Well, Activision tried to do that for...
Companies like Amazon never do that.
So Activision tried to do that with Crash Bandicoot 4 on PC of all games by making it online only, even though there's no online capabilities to that game. And I'm assuming their reasoning is because they wanted to fight piracy. Well, April Fools came early for us because pirates cracked it in one day.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't really have much else to say about it other than if anybody expects me to feel sorry for a company that made record profits this year, laid off almost 200 people, and their CEO got a $200 million bonus out of it, I have zero sympathy no matter how good your counterpoints are to what I'm thinking right now. I'm sure that you could even pull up a statistic that says 50% of all people that play Crash played it illegally through piracy, and I'd be like, I still don't care. I'm sorry.
So this is reminding me of so back in the day when I was really into Bollywood, like I still
speaking
am,
of
like,
going way
very
off
occasionally.
topic.
No, I promise you, this is on
the
topic.
Crash Bandicoot 5 Bollywood story. I've heard this.
Okay,
Let's go.
so I remember I went to one Bollywood concert, and they were like, "Please, let's put an end to piracy. It's killing our industry."
Nah.
And I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up.
I feel so sorry for, I'm sorry. I love you, Metallica, but you were fucking retarded back when you were trying to get rid of Kazaa or whatever. No, was it now Napster?
It was Napster.
You guys were dumb then. Same like no offense, guys, but and I'll make the easiest argument against or not for piracy. Any company who tries to make the claim that they lose money on piracy is full of shit, because I guarantee you 99.9% of the people that play games via piracy, one, we're never going to buy your game. We're never going to buy it. Two, tried it because they didn't want to pay $80 fucking to try your piece of shit game, and then maybe bought it. Or three, live in a country where $80 is like fucking 6 months of work for them because they're in a shithole. So they literally only could play your game via this point. So I'm sorry, I'm willing to believe that most pirates were never giving you money, so you lost nothing. Even if you are, that number is so minuscule that it doesn't matter. It's literally the difference between you going on 6 cruises this year or 8. So fuck you.
That's the thing. It's like, I remember one time, Lars Ulrich, he's the drummer from Metallica, right?
We literally just talked Metallica Napster, so yes.
Okay, so Lars was like, it's no different than going to a record CD store and stealing a Metallica CD. It's theft. It's like, what do you call back in the day when we used to record your fucking song off the radio?
Yeah, it's like, motherfucker, we always find loopholes, and even then, if we like here's the thing too. A lot of people didn't think about this back then either. Yeah, I might have pirated I did pirate a lot of music back then, but you know what I also did? Went to concerts, bought t-shirts.
Yeah.
It's the experience.
I can't remember. I think it was 50 Cent, but I think if I'm wrong, I might be misquoting it. But like, I'm like 90% sure it was 50 Cent that said this. It's like, my manager told me at one point, just give them away the CD for free when they're at the show, but get them to buy a t-shirt because that's where the money comes in. The CD means nothing.
Yeah.
And the same honestly, the same, like, and we see this a lot with these free games now where they're smartening up to, where they go, well, fuck, if we get them playing the game, we get, like, if we put out Rocket League for free, we get suddenly this massive influx of players, and now we'll have all these people that are constantly playing the game, which gets more people to play the game, which means they'll spend money on our stuff. Whereas if we put the game out at $20 or whatever it would have been, maybe we get 1 million if we're lucky, but that's it.
I'm scared to play Rocket League with Kyle, our friend, because Kyle has put so many hours into it.
What you do is you don't play with a guy who's played a shit ton. You go and play a normal lobby where you play with other dumb folks.
I would love to play with Kyle.
After one game, you would not.
I get that, but I mean, like, the whole, like, you know what I mean.
And also, he doesn't want to play with you. No. You'll drag him down.
Yeah, you're gonna ruin his
Fair
stat.
enough. Like, so this whole situation right here, it's like, my issue is a game like Crash Bandicoot is a relatively short game. It's maybe about 20 hours, in my opinion. Maybe
let's find
30
out.
at most.
How long to beat Crash 4?
I bought the game because, frankly, after playing
10
The
if you
Last of
rush, 22 for most people, and then apparently for achievement hunting, I guess it's like 73 hours. So good luck
that's
with
totally
that.
for
Holy
ultra
fuck, guy.
That's ultra
But
hard.
yeah, but
the
realistically,
classic
like probably like between 10 and 20, depending on how fast you're going
Yeah.
through.
So, I bought that because after playing The Last of Us 2, I was pretty much in a state of depression because, holy fuck.
Hey, it's a nice episode. No one cares about depression.
Okay.
Yeah. 69, nice.
Well, people should. No, it's when I bought the game, I was like, hey, this is actually just something fun, and also because, frankly, like all of us who had a PlayStation, we all played Crash Bandicoot. He was our Mario
Actually, I
for
didn't.
PlayStation. You never played any of them?
Nope.
I played
I played them at a friend's house. I didn't think they were that good, to be honest.
Huh. Like, number one, I can get.
Mind you,
number
I was
three
also in my JRPG phase, so I didn't give a fuck about platformers back then.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But for me, it was just a fun game, a fun experience. It was like, hey, this is just fun. And number one can get actually pretty tedious and dated, especially when you play the remakes.
Okay, well, we're going on a tangent too, and we're trying to cut. So, like, where are you going with that?
Okay.
No, I mean, like, I don't want to spend 5 minutes on like nostalgia here because we're already running short on time.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Number three, I don't understand because number three, a lot of advances, a lot of like different gameplay, especially for its time. And number three was actually a very fucking great game. So that's the part I don't understand. But what's next?
So wait, you were just going to talk about Crash? Like, I thought you were going somewhere with this story.
No, I was going to Crash. It's like,
Okay.
Yeah.
God damn
Best
it.
tangent ever.
The last thing then is maybe at this point because we don't know, but apparently the next Call of Duty might be an alternate history game. It might just be straight up like completely different from anything we've ever seen. So the rumor, I don't know if it's confirmed, but it sounds like it's probably that. The idea is the next Call of Duty game would be an alternate version of World War II where it doesn't actually end, but we're still in the 50s.
So Call of Duty, the Man in the High Castle.
No, it's not that because the Nazis haven't won. It's just the war's still going.
Okay.
This is the first time I've been excited for a Call of Duty game.
I'm just curious about what they do.
True.
No,
If
this
is
is
true,
actually. I like this. It's very risky. It's very original. It's very ballsy to do this.
See, I will actually counter that by saying there's nothing ballsy about this because it's only the campaign that's really affected by this.
That will just be the campaign. That is true.
Realistically speaking, it's just slightly different weapons in the multiplayer. I don't know if they do anything crazy because it's not like they're going Wolfenstein with this. It sounds more like it's just the 50s, but the war would still be going. So maybe there's like the tanks that were like prototyped and like
What if
maybe
Mecha
weapons
Hitler
like that.
comes?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be Mecha Hitler in this game. So, like,
I mean,
I've seen people say it's risky. I don't think it's actually risky at all because, let's be honest, no one plays the campaign except, like, people like me, I guess.
Me.
Yeah, I guess, like, we're the ones that we're the three people that play the Call of Duty campaigns these days. Okay.
Yeah.
But, like,
I
I wish
lots
there
of
was a
people who
percentage, but
like-
honestly, if you maybe, like, you know when you guess, like, the marbles in a jar and you had to guess the number, if I had to guess a percentage that's actually, like people that actually play the campaign, I think it's under 25%. I think it's much less. It might even be much less than that. I don't think most people buy those games and think about the campaign. They just immediately go right into team deathmatch. It's the same with zombies mode. Honestly, I think like less than half of all people play zombies. They just go straight to deathmatch.
This is why I think Call of Duty needs to make a Call of Duty Zombies.
And the only reason that I fought back with you on that the one time you talk about it is because I don't know what the number is of people that actually consistently play it. Like, because my worry is Activision
number
would,
of that, man.
Well, no, but we don't know. We don't have statistics. My brain just goes, I know that no one plays the campaign because we've shown that because they took the campaign out for one game. and enough people got mad that they put it back in. But we know that not a lot of people actually care about the campaign. So my brain goes, is Activision going to care enough about a zombies-only game to spend the resources to just do that? My answer is probably no, because their brain goes, we're going to make far more money concentrating on the online multiplayer. I mean, look at what Warzone's done. They don't need to do anything with zombies. It's almost putting it in a game right now is like just a cherry on top. They don't need to do one. I think they'd rather just focus on making multiplayer games that just get people to keep, getting a million kills so they can keep ramping up their gamer score.
I get where you're saying.
I fully agree with you. I'd love to have the game. I'm just saying from the aspect, I don't think Activision gives enough of a fuck about it to actually put the effort in.
Yeah. I have to admit, though.
Sorry, go, dude.
I have to admit that this version of Call of Duty, the only reason that I'm excited is because it's refreshing. It's something different.
It's not World War II, Modern Warfare, or Black Ops, or odd you know that people are not too happy with change because they tried the sci-fi stuff and people got mad at that first trailer, and I don't understand why. But then I remembered, fans hate change, so go figure. Yeah, it wasn't one of World War II, Black Ops, or Modern Warfare, so they don't like it.
Yeah. Yep. If they did put a lot of effort into the campaign, which they won't with this, but if they did, they could make.
You underestimate. They actually do some all honesty, their campaigns have always been really good. It's just most people don't know that they exist because they don't seem to care.
That's a good point.
I played I played all the way up to, I want to say, Infinite Warfare, and every single time in the World War II campaign, the World War II game is the last one that I played, and they're still great. I still want to go and play Modern Warfare's newest one. I want to play the new Black Ops, but why the fuck would I pay $80 just to play the campaign? Because I'm not going to spend a lot of time in the multiplayer.
For myself, I played the campaign mode of World War II because I like World War II lore.
Yeah, I did too. I played that one. But I got it on a humble bundle for $3.
What's the one with Jon Snow?
I have no idea. I can't think for the life of me what that was.
It's not Black Ops.
No,
Infinite Warfare?
It might be that one.
Let's see.
I never
Call of Duty,
Jon
Snow.
Kid Harington.
Infinite Warfare.
It was Jon Snow is going to come up. Don't kid yourself. Yeah, it was Infinite Warfare.
Infinite. Okay.
Okay, so I never finished the campaign for that one. I was enjoying it, but I just never finished it. But it was kind of like I'd say far fetched. It's it's
space, of course.
Yeah, this whole thing about if World War II never ended, it's still going on in the 1950s. Like that's intriguing to me. Being like, how would the world actually be?
Well, I said a few things again. Like, I'm not intending to plug it constantly, but the Pixel Play podcast, we talked about it too. And the one thing that I said that I'd be worried about story wise is that if you just make it continuing in Europe, it doesn't look any different than any other World War II game. So you defeat the purpose. You have to do something with it. So I figure it has to take place in the United States. And I'm not talking Pearl Harbor. Yeah. It has to be like New York City is under attack level stuff.
Yeah. And the reason also you'd have to do that is because even though it's in the 50s, it's like, oh, World War II never ended. Normally the war ended in 1945?
Yeah.
So it's only like maybe 6 years later. If you're in France in 1945 versus 1952, it's going to look almost the same.
Yeah, it's so like you can only do No Man's Land for so many things, or the beaches of Normandy so many times before you have to change it up. There's so many ways they could do it. Like, you could have it take place in the States. You could even have it take place in like other parts of the world, like Africa or other places. Because who knows? Maybe by the time we're talking we're talking at least 5 years further in the war. God only knows where the battle. It could literally be an actual world war where the battles are everywhere.
I'll say one thing on my cultural behalf. So did you guys ever watch 1917?
Yes.
Yeah. And did you get to watch it or no?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic in my opinion. It was one of the first movies I saw where they actually acknowledged Indian soldiers in the British Army. Like, they actually showed like Sikhs and Indians in the British Army.
Well, the thing too is, and I know the point you're making, like, they could easily put any sort of representation they want in this game because who's going to question alternate history?
Yeah.
I mean, the people will, but what leg do you have to stand on?
No, and even I was watching Wonder Woman the other day because I loved it, and also Gal Gadot is a fucking goddess, And I noticed in the background this time around they were showing like actual like Indians in London during that time of World War One, which really that at that time it wasn't really shown, it wasn't really represented. So that what I'm curious about is like the whole situation, like how is it going to be displayed and how is it going to be represented?
You could do whatever you want with it and have literally
there
could be no criticism against it because it's not real history at that point.
Exactly, and I have no problem with it.
No. Now it's not like we're gonna have like fucking black Nazis or anything. We're not gonna get to that point, but I mean,
no. Or Indian Nazis, just saying. I'm not. I'm.
I mean, look, it's not. Who knows what happens in 1953 at that point? You can make anything of it. That I wouldn't do that if I were you. That'd be a little bit, but.
No, this is what I'm like. I am actually curious. I may actually buy this game, like not full price. No one buys a Call of Duty game at full price unless you're fucking crazy.
You underestimate people so harshly.
I think
I said
a lot
unless
of
you're
people line
fucking
up
crazy.
So gamers,
no. The second I hear this game's on for cheap, like I will actually get this one.
Here's the problem with that. What's cheap to you? Because Call of Duty games are never cheap. Infinite Warfare is still rarely under 30, and that game is like 6-7 years old.
Okay, for this one, I would probably, if it comes on for PS4, because like I said, I don't. Oh,
it'll definitely be PS4. The Call of Duty games will be on like previous gen for like at least another 2-3 years minimum. I think this
will probably be the last Call of Duty.
Absolutely not. It won't. Absolutely not. It won't. I guarantee you, we're getting at least 2 more.
Okay, so guys, I'm not gonna buy a fucking PS5 for a very long time.
Good, we don't want you here.
Call of Duty?
Yeah, because of Call of Duty.
I feel like you're missing out on good games that you're not getting. Because
these standards this guy has, they're all over the place. It's like a fucking heart rate monitor over here.
Dude, I gotta tell you, Brick Breaker's only coming to PS5, so I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, that's what we gotta do. We gotta have Brick Breaker 2 on PS5.
Trust me, I absolutely fucking despise Brick Breaker.
We don't believe you, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't believe you at all.
I get that, and you should.
We can't take you seriously on that. No. It's just not possible.
I get that. Love it. No, but this one is like, I'm very curious to see.
Yeah, it's definitely the first time that I'm actually interested in what a Call of Duty game's doing for once.
Yeah, because it's like. Modern Warfare was like I was never a fan of the Modern Warfare series. Like
honestly, a lot of people make fun of the series. I think they're all really good games, and they are the cornerstone of first-person shooters. It's just you can only play the same thing so many times before you go, okay, I've done that. What else you got? That's why this is interesting, because it's something we haven't seen.
Yeah, like the first Modern Warfare, which was
Call
of Duty 4. I played the first 3
Modern Warfares. They're really good. But after 3 of them, you're like, okay, can we do something else with it? And then they're like, we got the answer. How about we do a game that's set in the present, but there's a dog? And then I went, fuck.
Can we name the dog?
No. The dog is already named for you in Ghosts. And the dog gets shot.
Okay, we don't speak of Ghosts.
Oh, no, I'll speak of Ghosts.
It does not exist.
Oh, I'll speak of Ghosts.
It does not exist.
An entire 5 minutes devoted to you listening to a dog whimper after it got shot in the leg. And one of the most annoying fucking scenes. Not even just because the dog got shot, but because you have to hear that noise over and over again.
Oh my god, there's nothing worse than hearing a dog whimper.
I mean, do you really want to test that theory? Don't give God ammunition.
I feel like you haven't played Madden 21.
Yes, because fucking Tommy's heart condition is worse than the dog whimpering, right?
So I think we've settled on the story. So, okay, I'm going to pitch you the story of this new Call of Duty game, right? Okay, so it's 1952. You are the successor to Hitler.
Are you sure?
Tommy.
Oh, for fucking Tommy.
But you have a heart condition.
Okay.
No, Hitler died because of a heart condition, and then Tommy takes over. But he has another heart condition. And the game is called Call of Duty Lack of Hearts.
Oh, I want to play that. I don't know why, but I really do. I'd pay half price for that.
Adam, I feel like Adam, I want you to do a stand-up routine when the fucking pandemic, because that was fucking awesome.
I'll do my best.
That one line was.
I've legitimately thought about stand-up, and then I realized how old my material gets really quickly. There was a time that I wanted to be like a video game stand-up comedian, and then I realized, wait, my audience is going to be very limited.
Adam.
Most people in comedy clubs are like double my age. It would not work very well.
Adam, if you want to do stand-up, I'll go ahead of you, completely fucking butcher it, so you can look better by comparison.
I don't know if that would still work if my jokes will only be gotten by like 10% of the audience.
Also true.
I'll help. We'll help. We'll fucking support you. I'll go up and you're the cannon fodder.
Okay, well, cool. I'll come up with a set list over the next 6 months or so. And my punchline will be Tommy had a heart condition.
He's not putting in his hat.
He's got a.
He needs more hat. Like
More
that,
hat.
like the
It's not enough
Philadelphia
hat.
Flyers goalie cat a hat.
Tommy's got a gun. Oh, by the way,
And
the
Sabrina the
Sabres-
Teenage Witch, Melissa Joan hat.
The Sabres won today.
Oh shit! Okay, the ground's frozen over. Too much sports for one show, though. Too much sports.
I know it's
Too much
fucking-
sports. It's painful.
I wanted them to lose one more game to make the record, but no. Fuck you, Buffalo.
You know what's gonna make the record? Tommy for the most heart conditions because he has no heart.
It's like I'm in
Especially
a
in
cutscene.
Daddy.
I'm in a cutscene right now.
Chris is like skip.
Oh yeah. Also, there's no skip.
Yeah, no,
Just in
that's
case.
the definition of hell. You play definition of hell. You play Dark Souls, but every time you die, you have a 5-minute unskippable cutscene that's Tommy telling you about his heart condition, how he would have saved the world, but his heart stopped him.
No.
No.
Welcome to hell,
never-
bitches.
I have a worse one. Brick Breaker, but every ball you shoot ends up going out of bounds and you lose a life and you have to start over again.
So it's just not a game. Okay, cool. That's not hell. That's not near.
No, that's hell. That's hell. If you like shoot one ball and then it goes out.
Well, no, because
You
then
lose
it's
the
just
life.
it's
You
just
just
like
keep
dumb.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's hell. That's hell.
I'm honestly thinking about it. I'm like, I would just be like really irritated, but this wouldn't be like torture.
Guys, just make Brick Breaker, and every time the ball hits the paddle, it says hat. That's it.
Done.
Every time.
Hat.
When you get that
oh,
power
extra
up and there's
ball.
3
Hat. Oh God.
You know what? This is worse than them Democrats.
I played that for 3
I'm definitely
hours.
calling this episode hot.
This is why.
No. It's nice hot.
Boom.
It's nice heart. It's 100% nice heart. It's settled now.
Hat. Oh.
Speaking of 69 episodes, I almost feel like thank God that nobody watches these episodes mostly, because Lord knows if you had to watch 69 of these,
Nice.
you want to talk about
problem.
fucking going crazy. Oh, watch this
Is
show
this
69 times.
Yeah. Maybe I will. No, I already
Yeah.
have.
That's for episode 420. Chris has to watch the first 69 episodes of this podcast all over again.
Oh boy, dude! If we make it to episode 420, you're having an edible. I want you to be fucking high for that.
I'm pretty sure that I will be long past this podcast by 420.
I
I don't know.
don't know. You okay? I want you to say it. That if we make
Think
it to
about
420
that for a second. That is 8 years essentially, like almost 8 years. Actually, let me
dude. I get that.
Let me do math. So 420 minus 69 divided by 52. Oh God, calculator did not like what I just gave it. All right, let's try this the hard way. Fine.
You're doing a bed mass. That's why.
Yeah, I know. It didn't like it. Oh God.
420.
I can't calculate. I'm sorry, guys.
420 minus 69
As a mathematician,
equals-
this
divided
bothers
by
me.
52.
So that's almost 7 years of podcasting we have left.
Okay.
Do you think I'm
Adam?
going to tolerate both of you for 7 more years?
Do you think
More
we're
importantly, you're going to tolerate me for 7 more years.
All right. You know what? We made it a 420. You're having an edible that day. Your first
Am
time
I
getting
the-
I'm probably no. Actually, you know what? No, I need to be the one person that keeps this podcast in control. I am not doing that.
No,
Why the-
when we get a 420, you're getting high.
No, I'm not actually. Legitimately, I will not do that because I know that that's going to be the one episode where I get us canceled. And by that point, if we make it to 420, we are definitely making money at some point on this show if we're that far in. If
Oh,
we're doing this show for 7 years and we still aren't making a cent, what the fuck is wrong with us?
Okay, so Chris and I will get high, and then you'll have to deal with us.
Okay, so I'm
I'm-
basically going to mute you the entire show. Okay, done.
I'm more worried about 7 years of Brick Breaker highlights.
That's true.
Oh, for
That's
fuck's
uh-oh.
See, this is why we can't give you edibles. You break shit.
Whap whap. Maybe your sign had no hat.
sake.
This has been the
Oh,
VCR
it's all good.
Podcast, episode 69.
We've made it.
I don't know what the fuck
my
I'm
God, we
doing
have
with
to
my
actually-
life, and I know that it shouldn't be here, and yet I'm still here. What the fuck is wrong with me? This is what
because
happens
we
when
all
there's
love
no
each other.
pandemic. I can't go see a fucking therapist, and I can't get out of this shit.
Do you see a therapist virtually? You're just not doing it.
Fucking, that sounds dumb, actually. So, with that being said, for trudging through this podcast, I humbly apologize. But thank you for joining us on this very nice episode 69. So obviously, if
Oh,
you
shut
are
the fuck up, Adam.
if you are watching this on Twitch, you shut the fuck up, Vishal. If you're watching this on Twitch, obviously follow the channel for more stuff. I will be streaming tomorrow solo because Outriders is getting launched tomorrow, and I'm probably going to be playing that all fucking day.
fuck you.
Adam is
April.
gonna mold into his gaming chair
I already do. This is my home.
It's my-
more than usual.
No, you don't understand. I've spent like 18 hours in this chair in a row. It's not that unusual. Why do you think I have games to talk about every week, Fish?
Fair enough.
Oh, also, if you're watching this on YouTube later on, obviously subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below about all the dumb shit we've said in the show, which I can't imagine you won't find any ounces of material in this episode. And then the same goes for any audio service, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and many, many more. If you can give us a 5-star rating, please do so. For the love of God, we need one, please, for 69 episodes. And then, yeah, comment as well. Also, there is, I don't even remember what our email is anymore that we have for an S thing. So you know what? Bypass that stuff. No one cares.
Madden is phenomenal at maddenisphenomenal.com.
You can go ahead and do that. Actually, I challenge you to do that. Make that an email. Do that. Do it. I'm not even
I
kidding.
will
Do
not buy that domain.
it. Do it.
I'm
Do
gonna
it.
buy that domain.
And then Chris has to buy, you have no hat.
That may already be taken.
Wow. That's just a damn shame then. So yeah, this has been the VCR Podcast. Thank you so much for checking us out. And we will see you for episode 70. That will just not be as nice. It's the reality.
boo.
That episode will definitely have no hat. So with that being said, thank you so much. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Cheers.